Welcome to the Problematic Pub Podcast, episode 13, with myself, Simon Emmanuel.
And me, one of the best in my budget, Sandro Ford. We got some guests on today, I'm guessing.
We've got the incredible Phil Ellis.
Award-winning Phil Ellis.
Yeah, and we've got the fantastic comedian Ben Treloar. Welcome to the podcast, guys.
England v Wales.
Thanks for
England v Wales. We'll have a scrap after that. Brilliant. Yeah.
The car park.
Yeah. So welcome to the podcast, lads. We don't really ask much about the guests, but we normally start with like a 30-second introduction. So Phil, you're under the pressure now to introduce yourself and everything you're about within 30 seconds. Go.
I'm Manchester's most punctual comedian. I've been going longer than my career where it is at the moment would suggest. I'm in this room that, let's not lie, it smells of damp. And, I like dogs, ironing.
Time for a note.
Yeah. Can I get my email address?
Ready, Ben? Go.
My name's Ben. I'm from Cornwall. I'm fucking ecstatic to be here. Something you didn't mention was at the front of this podcast studio is a Turkish barber's. So that's, a sign of quality. I've just been walking the streets of Port Talbot, and it's one of the most beautiful places I've ever been in my life, probably. So
I never thought we'd get anyone on that would rival your hair.
I cut mine now, yeah. Just getting stuck in car doors and shit.
So one of the questions we like asking, obviously comedy is the job that we all do now, but we've had some fucking awful jobs before. What's the worst job you've ever done? We'll start with you, Phil.
Oh, he's got loads, probably.
Being a dad. I don't have any kids. Hopefully. I was the worst when I used to work as a cashier at the Royal Bank, or at a bank. Yeah, but they asked me to leave.
I saw what happened there. You nearly named the company, and you thought, hang on.
No,
edit point.
He's working as a cleaner. He put it under the fucking till, basically. You're not the cashier, Phil. Get away from the fucking till.
You will not open an account for you. Get out. The worst job, I don't know, I worked in a factory making airbags for years, but I quite liked it because I found the places to hide, and no one really knew what I did.
In the steering wheels.
Yeah. I could have
someone had the crash instead of the airbag coming out with you.
Just climbing them.
Just right in messy on the airbags, blows up, and then First smashed it.
And comes out, you'll suffocate in 5 seconds, bastard!
Some old woman gets blown up the airbag, Edinburgh previews on it.
Got my Instagram. Like and subscribe. Probably that, I think. Got to get up early.
What about you, Ben?
I used to work in supermarkets, which was fucking miserable. The worst part was when you had to like restock all like the cigarette things, like behind the things, where it's got all the minging photos of like horrible feet and disgusting lungs, and I'm actually very reminded of it right now. So it's lovely. It's a nice flashback. So it's nice seeing you, Sandro.
I used to work in Amazon in lockdown, and I used to work in a supermarket. So when you stacking the stuff and that, they used to do chocolate. I used to put my head in the shelf, right? Yeah. And like bite the chocolate bar, and then just walk away from it. Because that's a perk of the job. Do you ever do that? You do that in a supermarket.
I'm not confessing to anything on this legally binding podcast.
I'm so confused what you did. Back up.
So I used to pick things. So you go on Amazon warehouse, you pick like stuff.
Right. Okay.
So there was an area allowed food in, but obviously the cameras, you can stick your head in the shelf. You could eat chocolate. And then
right. I thought you just had to put your head like waiting for someone.
So what are you saying? You're saying there are poor families all around the UK who would spend their last money in getting food from Amazon, and they came and it was half eaten because you fat cunt.
Yeah, basically.
You are responsible for the use of the food banks right now. That's you, mate.
Perk of the job.
This condom's used. I got from Amazon.
Why is he standing by the shelf?
Do you know, I used to work at a supermarket as well. I'll fucking as Asda, I don't care. Like, if they sue me, I can do with the publicity anyway. I'll fucking like, don't matter. So basically, like, I remember I was on the checkout and I can't do repetitive sound, right? So it's like boop boop, and I had a fucking meltdown because this one woman came through with one watermelon, and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing with my life selling watermelons to women, right? I got up and I was like, I'm leaving, I gotta go. And my manager came, what's going on? I said, I'm resigning. And she goes, you can't resign, you've got to write a resignation thing first. I'm like, okay. So I sat down, put the watermelon through, took him money, receipt printed out, took a receipt, writ on it, I resigned, signed it, give it to her. She looked at me, she goes, you'll never work here again. I'm like, that's the fucking idea. You can't threaten me with that. Like, I don't want to work here.
Who buys a watermelon or?
Barbara.
You don't see him. I never see him at all, but really, you don't really see him.
You know she's never bought a watermelon again, right? That's scarred her now. That was probably the first time she took a chance on buying a watermelon. She was probably a basic fruit bitch before that. Her bananas, her plums. She's bought one watermelon, someone's had a meltdown in front of her.
You should have rolled it down the aisle and ran after it. That's like a moment, isn't it, when you quit? It's like in a film where you just don't walk into the sea or something. You'll never see it again. That's a great meltdown.
Speak into the mic, Phil.
Don't tell me what to do.
Sponsor for this episode is Avon Ales, absolute legends on Station Road. Avon Ales and fine wine. You can get craft beer, just a general good time. Staying with them will take out. They don't care.
So Avon Ales is Torba's #1 supplier of grassroots entertainment. You can call me night there once a month. Also, we've got grassroots bands. We've got a lot of entertainment. You can come in, have a drink, have a laugh. Great supporters of local acts and local arts, and have a good time.
That's bad. It's a good question. We'll ask you first, mate. What's the funniest thing you've ever seen in your life outside comedy? And like, what was the situation where you proper fucking belly laughed?
I don't really experience emotions very often.
Last night was a laugh, wasn't it?
Yeah, you did all right. It was pretty good. It was honestly one of the best gigs I've ever done with 8 people there. It was it was. I think 2 of them worked there, to be fair, but it was good. They enjoyed my stuff.
Yeah, it was good. It was funny because someone was on stage and this Australian guy with a BMX just popped his head and said, "You cunts!" I was like, "Oh, you're coming in?" And we let him in then. In the middle of a set. Yeah, I should have done that really, but it was.
Why would you ride past on a BMX and just shout "cunt" in a shop?
Because he drinks it. And that's
oh, right.
Australians, they got that mannerism, haven't they?
Yeah,
it's probably friendly.
We put the shutter down, see, we leave it that much because obviously if it's fine, I get out. So we leave
You're not getting out.
Of course.
you know that scene in Indiana Jones when the hat is stuck inside? That'll be your entire torso. If I'm my hand trying to pull you up with the belly button.
I imagine you'd struggle if it just came down to like there. Oh, this is too much.
My knees can't take the pressure.
Yeah. I'm not limboing now to freedom.
The flares goes up outside. Smells of pork pies now. I can't quite work it out.
So we're like, get the car, get the tow rope. This fucking time I love it.
And the whole front of the building comes off. You fucking end up taking out the steelworks.
Like a sledge in the back. Give him a pork pie, stadium.
What about you, Phil? What's the funniest thing you've ever seen in life, mate?
I don't know.
Oh, stop being done up. There's loads of stuff.
I laughed.
You've been beat up a few times.
I remember. Yeah, my own teeth on the floor.
Laughing. Are they mine?
I did once when one of the times I got punched. I remember these. I was walking down, and you know when someone nudges you.
Yeah.
And my problem was I always used to just talk back like it's. I went, "Oh, you fucking knobhead."
Yeah.
And he went, "You fucking what?" I went, "Yeah." And then so he punched me.
Yeah.
And I thought, right, here we go, Phil. Let's fight back. And it was not like a terrace street, so you got all the cars there and all that. So I just went. Ugh! And I swung, and then I looked, and I went, "Oh, I've knocked him out. He's not there." And I looked down, and went, "Why is there a car in front of me?" I went, "I've done a 180, haven't I?" And I turned behind me, so I turned round, and he just went, "Poof!" Behind me, and I went, that was quite funny, yeah.
You're like, "Who's that?"
I'm just knocking someone out. So, yeah, a fist seconds before I was knocked unconscious is one of my favourite, funniest memories.
It's funny with the talk about getting punched, like he knocked out. Was a box years ago. They had a reputation. He got like a fucking ever chin him.
Yeah.
Because years ago when I was young, I was fighting a gypsy, sparring, and he fucking punched me, right? But I was so tall.
Yeah.
I come on the ropes, come back up. I'm missing, and he hit me again. Yeah. And I come back. He's like, this guy. He's like, oh, fucking hell, he got ever chin on him. I haven't. I just bounced it. No. Another sponsorship this episode is Avon Heating and Plumbing, based in Talbot and cover all South Wales area. They are specialists in all aspects of heating and plumbing and offer 0%, that's 0% finance on all boilers, heating and bathroom installations. And they also do a 24-hour call-out service. You can find them on Facebook or Google for all the contact details and to book. Please don't hesitate. Thank you.
It's fucking funny.
I just come out and Benno. So every time we go to Benno, we go to this bar because they've got like a dwarf midget person.
It's lovely to be on such a progressive podcast.
No, but he's.
I like the way that you're dwarf, and then that was the correct one. No, midget. No, you're right, that person.
He's making a controversy against views.
Go for this. No,
Never defend yourself in court.
but I
thought she was 15. That's still legal. When does it stop being legal?
No, he gets billed as the bend or midget, as he calls himself. So big thing. But anyway, so every time we go there, because he's a bit multi-talented, so every time we go to Bend, we go like 2 or 3 times a year, we all go and see him, and he like little drums, whatever. Yeah. And this time I went there, I was fucking pissed off. I was like, where is he? He's like, he's on annual leave, like. It's like, how do you give dwarves annual leave in Spain?
Mate,
they're allowed
holidays.
What the fuck do you think? Not the Oompa Loompa. Just work all day and sing.
No, it's Spain, though.
Yeah, he's allowed time off. Jesus Christ.
It's fucking fun.
Not just a workforce.
I was like, where is he?
It's on annual leave we go.
No, but not peak season.
Can you just promise me one thing you never go into for like HR? Please. Can I be sort of ready to see the person in that company? You what? He's on holiday again. Sack him.
Yeah, but I was like fucking fuming. Where is he like?
So what? When you said he was multi-talented, what sort of talent did he have? Because you said multi-talented and then mentioned one thing, and that was playing the drums.
Yeah. No, he does the drums.
Yeah. Ironic that you were grumpy. Thank you very much, everyone. Phil Ellis, follow me on Instagram.
No, he does the drum. Well, he plays one drum.
Yeah.
Because he got it Lancy, so it's quite loud.
Yeah.
And he does like a bar run. He goes in the bar, runs up and down on the bar.
That's not a skill. That is his annual leave.
No, he runs up and down the bar, and then he does a jump. He jumps off the bar.
So what you're saying is all these things, if it was a normal person, would not be impressive. But because he's a little man, you're like, that's fucking great. That's talent, that is.
Ever tried running a bar?
They what?
They fucking because the thing is, like, if I went to this bar now, it's a bar you got to top it, nay.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't run that bar because I'd have to crouch down.
No, mate,
so he
but
could run freely.
But surely that means it's easier, then. That's not a talent. That's just. He's trying to escape.
Yeah, but he's small.
Yeah, but I just feel like you're giving it.
As Welsh Augustus Gloop has come back.
You're giving him too much credit for being small, mate. I feel like if you saw him make a cup of tea, you'd be like, fucking come on.
Yeah, but he collects glasses now. He does all that.
He collects glasses.
But what's nice about him?
Hang on, it's gone from him being this amazing entertainer to now he just works in the fucking bar.
No, he wears a tuxedo. I'm not even fucking joking, man. It's the Chaplin's bar.
This is just a dwarf who dressed smartly to go to work. It's not an entertainer. Jesus.
Fucking penguin.
Well, he wasn't fucking there anyway.
I'm so multi-talented. When you wrap him in Velcro and throw him at a felt wall, he stays there.
But his cousin, on TikTok, there's a guy called Frank the Stagman.
Yeah.
So his cousin works for him, and he's a dwarf as well.
Yeah.
But they dress him up in like a little fucking what women get dressed in now. For weddings, wedding dress. they dress in everything. A little wedding dress. And he gets handcuffed and stag do's.
Yeah.
So he makes like 200 quid a day. He just does that.
I did a gig at the Frog years ago, and there's a stag do in the balcony, and I went, And he was talking about it. He kept saying, "You got a kid attached to it," something like that. I said, "Oh, it's probably a dwarf, isn't it, attached to you?" And he went, "It is." And I went, "Is it?" And it was. And it was a dwarf dressed as Elvis. And he came on the stage. I went, "Can we get you? I'm going to have to get you on the stage." So, and he's like that. And the dwarf was coked off his tits. And he was just, his jaws aren't going like this. And he was being so horrible. Like, there was these girls in the photos going, I was like, oh, get this guy off the stage. And the guy handcuffed him, looked at me and went, "I feel like a proper dickhead." And this guy, this Elvis dwarf, the horniest guy I've ever. I was like, "We need to get him away from these." "Oh, thanks very much." Back to your paddock.
Imagine. And I feel like I'm on stage, the traffic going, "Right, you're dealt with."
It's just such a weird. I was talking about this the other day. I was like, it's funny how we've progressed. But I thought the other day, I bet you can still go to a bar where you can. Because I was in a nightclub in Manchester years ago, and they genuinely had dwarf tossing, like, and they were, and there was just a dwarf wrapped in Velcro, and they were just throwing him at a wall. And I was going, how is this? How is this? It's like you think Little Britain wasn't that long ago.
Is that a Murph gig?
Bring your own Velcro. Drive the dwarf to the gig.
But that's the thing, I think.
Packs to follow.
Like, no, like, obviously, if you're born like a dwarf and that, you're like, "Oh, fuck, I'm a dwarf."
When you're born a dwarf, as opposed to when
You upset a wizard.
Wake up! For fuck's sake!
This is a fascinating insight into Welsh culture. This podcast is.
Our next sponsorship for this episode is the Complete Composite Doors, Windows and Repairs. They specialise in all aspects of the double glazing industry, from UPVC to aluminium windows, doors and composite doors. They are Certus Quality Mark accredited company. They've been going over 10 years, got lots of experience, and they are massive supporters of this podcast.
For a free quotation, please contact 074 983 70132 or contact them directly on Facebook for a free, no-hassle quote. Thank you very much. It's no joke, oh, it's fucking dangerous disease. Like.
Let's do your favourite round. Pint politics.
Pint politics. That's the song.
It doesn't catchy, innit?
Yeah. It changes every time.
Go on,
So
go
pint
for it.
politics is a round where we talk about drinks that you no longer drink anymore because basically they fucking... They should be sick, or you've done something really stupid and done them and you can't ever do them again. So is there one drink that fucking you can't touch, or one drink you've drunk and anytime you drink it, something happens bad?
Yeah,
Whiskey's the famous. I'm not good on whiskey. I once got chased by a sex worker and her boss from a phone box that I wanted to use because I drank a bottle of whiskey and they tried to shoot me. I had to run away. It's a long story, but so I drank loads of whiskey, and I was at uni doing films, and had this replica gun that I was using in this film, and I was sat drinking whiskey at home, bored, watching The Godfather Part 2.
Oh, right.
So I was just sat there in this trench coat, like going, "Ugh," and playing with this thing, like, "Ugh, I'm a gangster." And then I went, and I was ringing, and it was the early days of mobiles, and I'd run out of credit, so I thought, I'm going to have to ring my girlfriend, because I'd fallen asleep on the phone chatting to my girlfriend, and I was like, well, she's not happy about this. I saw these texts going, "Oh, you just fell asleep." So I went, and I tried to say I wasn't, but she went, "I heard you snoring." And I went, "I wasn't snoring, I was doing an impression of Al Pacino." That's what I thought I'd get away with that. No, it didn't work. So I thought, I'll go to the phone box, I'll sort this out, and I'll ring her and show her that I'm not. And so I went to the phone box in this trench coat, and I got to the phone, and there was a sex worker and her pimp, I suppose, outside the phone box waiting for a call. And I was like, I need to use the phone. They went, "We can't wait for a call." I went, "Well, I need the phone, but I'm going in. I'm using the phone." So they were shouting at me through the phone box, and I went to get the money out of my pocket, but there was something in the way, so I put it on top of the phone, and I was trying to get the money out. And he goes, "Oh, look at the big guy with the gun." I went, "Oh, no, it's not a real one. No, it's not a real gun." Get my went, anyway, right. So I rang up, and I was leaving a message. He went, "Hi, sorry about that." He's going, I'll go and get my gun." I went, "Well, no, don't." He goes, "Well, see who's got the better gun." I went, "Well," I said, "You'll have the better gun because this isn't a real gun." I said, "Well, I'll see you later." He goes, "I'm going to shoot you." I went, "Well, I might not see you later." He's going to shoot me. I went, "Right." So I went, look, it's not. And then I put the phone down. I went outside.
Look, it's not real.
Yeah. So then it gets worse because it had blanks in it, but I didn't realise I'd been putting blanks in it.
No.
So I went, look, it's not real. And they're going, I'll go and get my fucking gun. I went, look, it's not even real. And I did that, and it went. I just ran away, and I went, oh shit! I was just in the middle of the street firing the gun. So I ran down So I ran away. I'm going, oh god, but I was still like, oh dude, let's go with my gun. Anyway, so that was it. So yeah, I don't drink whiskey anymore. They don't tell you that on the bottle.
But yeah, but at that point though, did you think, like, obviously you've done that, so if someone was scared, did you say to them, you'll have it next, or?
No, I just ran away.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't leave the house for 2 weeks, I don't think. I thought I was going to get killed.
He thought he shit himself, that guy, didn't he?
Yeah, I know what you would have done, man. You would have realised the power in Robert Gregg. What about you, Ben?
So I try and avoid, like, basically things that go down too smooth, because I don't know if you can tell, quite a low energy person. So it's difficult for me to tell how drunk I am until I'm, like, properly twatted.
Yeah.
So, like, I like having a drink that I can at least tell, you know, how drunk I'm getting.
Yeah.
Because I used to have a problem where I would just wake up places and I wouldn't remember how I'd got there because I'd be so drunk. And the worst time was I woke up in this kind of house share situation. I woke up on a sofa. And I didn't know any of the people whose house it was. I presume I was, you know, very charming and, you know, met them on a night out or whatever. And anyway, I look across the room and there's hutches with all these white rabbits in. And basically, long story short, I woke up and thought I'd been kidnapped by a magician. It was the weirdest 10 minutes of my life. Like, what the fuck am I? So yeah, I avoid that generally in the future.
Just a giant top hat.
Yeah.
You look down, your legs are over the other side of the room. You saw me in half the cunt.
So where had you woken up? Just in someone's house? Right?
Yeah. They just had loads of rabbits. I mean, I knew the town. I hadn't, like, I hadn't teleported. They weren't actually wizards.
Were they nice when they're like, because I always have, whenever I wake up, they all have a fucking go at me. Once I woke up like that, I remember this woman in this random house party, it'll come round. Like, you're a fucking pig. You've eaten all the Christmas Pringles. I didn't even fucking know you fucking slag.
Hang on, you can't even know you. You're in your house, mate.
What the fuck are the Christmas Pringles?
Like down in Wales, like, Pringles are a Christmas thing, isn't it? She said to me, you're a fucking pig. You've eaten all the Christmas Pringles. I'm like, I didn't fucking know you, like. Sometimes you wake up and you know who you are, do you?
The fact that you'd think someone's really, like, decadent for going, I had Pringles the other day. In June? What the fuck's wrong with you?
You got
your fucking tree up already as well, have you?
How do you know what Pringles? I'm so fat, my two hands are stuck into it.
Hands off the Christmas cheddars.
I'm leaving. I get the door, I can't get out. Bash it. Can you open the door for me?
Right, so we rolling, Jack? Cool. Right, so at this part of the podcast, we like to talk about, you heard about Sandro's lies that have got out of hand. We want to ask the guest if you've ever had a lie that you've either got out of hand or you've been caught out or you've got away with. So you want to kick off, Phil?
What are your best lies?
What's one of the best lies you ever told?
I can tell you the lie that it's kind of a lie that really went wrong.
Yeah.
You know, you used to do years ago when I was a kid, like you'd ring free phone numbers and like 282820, and we go hello to it to woo hello and all that shit. But you used to go through the phone book and just ring up people. And we moved to this house that was a bit away from my friends. So I didn't have any mates. I used to have friends until we moved there. And so I was like bored. So I went, I'll go through the phone book and I'll do some prank calls. So it was like H. Jones. So I rang up and this lady answered and I went, hello, could I speak to Harold, please? And you take a guess on the first name. And she goes, oh, and this is. So I know, and she goes, oh, I'm really sorry. Harold passed away early in the year. She went, I thought we told everyone. And I went, oh. And I'm only like 11. I'm probably too old to be doing this. I went, oh. And I thought, I can't hang up on a window. So I just went, oh, how are you? So sorry to hear about that. And then she went, how did you know, Harold? Because we did tell everyone. And I went, in too deep. So I went, and I thought, so I just panicked because we used to throw this French room onto the bowling ring. So I went, that's a club, bowling club. So I went, from the club, And I thought, God, I hope he's in a club. And she went, oh, well, we did tell everyone at the club. I went, oh, thank God he was in a fucking club. And I went, oh, well, I'm very sorry to hear of your loss. And she went, oh, no, well, thank you very much. And, I'm sorry to give you the bad news. And, oh, all the best. And I went, oh, that was a good laugh. Who should we do next? I never did it again.
God, you said, she was like, he owed a lot of people money. Was you? He owed money to him. Are you like... Actually, he did, yes. I'll meet you by the park in a half hour. Bring £40 cash.
He was banging my wife. Sully is good now.
Oh, you fuckies ever got... I'll meet you by the club. You've no idea what club it is.
I do get lonely now. Harold's gone, oh, thank you very much. I've sex with a widow.
But no,
I'm a famous stand. I don't think I can get erections yet.
then
Use a splint.
It's gone so far. You fucking an old woman dressed as an old man.
This has really got out of hand, Agnes.
can you help me with my homework?
I did. This was a period when I just had no mates in this area. So I was like, and I befriended these two kids that were a bit younger. They were like 8 and 9, and they spoke like adults. That was really weird. Like they would go, "Yeah, Phil, you're going, Paul." And they used to call them mum and dad by the first day. They were called Chris and Gary, and they were fucking weird. Yeah. And they were like 8 and 9, and they went, "Yeah, Phil, Bev did a cracking tea last night, didn't she?" And then they'd say childish things, but in old men voices. Went, "Well, a cracking tea. What was it, Gary?" Turkey, dinosaurs and Twizzlers. Oh, it was absolutely bloody fantastic. Dave should be in later. We're going to watch a skit to which man. It's fucking weird. They go, anyway, got to go now, Phil. It's time for our baths. And I was trying to get, I was like going, let's play Knock-a-Door Road now, because we lived in these terrace houses and obviously cars on each side of the road. And so I went, let's knock on the door and we'll hide behind the car opposite. And they went, no, we're not doing that, Phil. Thanks. We're a little bit more grown up than that. I went, well, I'll do it, you fucking pussy. So they went to the door, chickens. And I knocked on the door and I ran opposite and I hid behind this car. And they were up at the top. And this guy came out looking like going. And then I was like, and I was like, why is he not going in? As soon as I go, I was like, well, you can get. Well, go in, there's clearly no one here. And I was like, fuck, no, he's not. And he just stood there. And then the door opened behind me. So I started to pretend to tie my shoelace. And this guy went, what's going on, Keith? He went, some kid's knocking on my door. He went, well, there's a kid behind my car. God damn me wrong.
You grassy bastard.
Yeah. So I just stood up and tried to walk away. And he went, hey, have you been knocking on my door? I always remember I was about 11. I went, you can't even tie your shoelaces in this country anymore.
We used to one, where, I won't say where it is, down there. So this woman, our mate's nan, was deaf, right? So basically, her doorbell, if you press it, the light would flicker in the room. So what would happen? We'd go there and we'd sellotape the button so she'd be in complete darkness and you could hear her fall over. No, she'd get up, try to turn the light on, and she'd fucking fall over.
Imagine she had an epileptic friend.
It's mad, you press it, because obviously she's deaf. It's sort of fucking brilliant, like.
Just tormenting. I thought you liked people of disabled origin.
So Phil's idea of a laugh was prank calls. Yours is listening to a real woman fraction of
Oh, I tell you what, we used to go down the cancer ward. No! What are you doing? Change everyone's medication.
Our next sponsorship is JK Website Development. Not only is a website, he's our producer, Jack. He's absolutely class. He does all website designs. He can upload your stuff. He can keep you track of your websites. He does all aspects of website design and also any audio, any filming, any photography you need to do in. He can do it all. Can he do it all, Simon?
He can do it all, and he can also keep on top of 2 drunken retrobates, which is amazing.
JK Website Design. Go on their website or Facebook page to follow. Thank you.
Seen it a long time, so fair play.
So we basically, right, we knew a blind DJ, right? It's fucking
obviously we knew him from the advert.
He was a lovely man, but he was a massive Cliff Richards fan, right?
Hey, now, my DJ put a record on. That's Ham.
That's very funny that you were like, oh, he was a lovely guy, but he liked Cliff Richards.
It's gotta be.
He had his vices.
Where's the kid? He got touched. Is that you, Cliff?
And he was my mate did a really good Cliff Richards impersonation, right? And we were having a drink one night, and he said, he goes, would it be cruel if I called Paul and pretended to be Cliff Richards and sort of made out that I'd heard of him and I was really thankful? And I said, it's a little bit cruel. I said, but also, if he doesn't know issue, it's a quite nice thing to do. And he goes, I'll do it, right? So he calls him up, does this impersonation of Cliff on the phone. Paul's chuffed, right? We think nothing of it, right? A week later, Paul has gone to the papers, right? So there's a big spread in the Sun newspaper of Paul sitting there like that. I don't know how I closed my eyes.
Maybe if he'd opened them, he wasn't blind.
Oh, shit! All these years!
I was blinded by the light.
Why did no one say?
I couldn't see some little cunt on my doorbell.
So big spread, right? Cliff Richards called me and all that, right? Big story about it. We're like, oh, fucking hell, right, let's just leave it there. Wait, about fucking 3 weeks after that, we're sitting at my house. The Paul O'Grady show comes on.
Oh, no.
No! Paul, he's on the Paul O'Grady show, right? And Paul O'Grady's like, oh, he goes, so Cliff, he give you a call? He goes, yes, best day of my life. I couldn't believe it, mate. The cheeky cunt, right, fucking Cliff Richards, pops up in the show and takes credit.
Oh!
He turned up, he goes, oh yes, you know, I couldn't, I heard about him, I thought I'd give him a ring, you didn't give him a ring, you cheeky fucker, it was us.
The crazy thing is,
Fucking class.
the crazy thing is, there was just the entire time there was a guide dog there, like, come on, this is taking the piss too far.
What Cliff Richards took the credit?
That's cheeky as fuck, isn't it? Like.
I wonder if he thought maybe he had. I bet he does it a lot.
Yeah.
I bet he does things like that. So he probably thinks he has. Yeah. He's like, I think someone gave him the phone.
He's got his list of blind Welsh DJs. And he's like, it was probably one of them. It was probably one of them.
Yeah.
You start doing it though with dead people.
So
like Ellis phones him.
Yeah.
And he's like, I spoke to him. Is he still alive? He's
Can't now, mate. The DJ's dead. Genuinely is, mate.
It's quite sad. He was.
You forced the dwarf in the work he didn't want to do, and now you're laughing at a blind man being dead.
It was quite sad because he was hit by an electric car. Which is crazy. That happens quite a lot nowadays.
Sponsor for this advert is Social Dice and Roadie's Bar. Also Pinatas, which is 2 bars in one. Roadie's Bar, you can go and see lots of local gigs in Swansea. You can get brilliant Mexican food. At the moment, they are doing 2 for 1 on all burritos. Social Dice, brilliant little venue. You can go over there. You can play lots of board games. Also, they've got a comedy night on once a month where comedians try new material. Check all those out. Brilliant places to go.
I have me booked in there.
They what?
They haven't booked me in Social.
They have got quality control.
Yeah, it's sports all the acts, it's sports all the arts, and it's a great little venue for a beer. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Breaking news.
Well, Ben, what about you? Are you ever told a lie that's got completely out of hand?
So I'm from Cornwall, right, which is quite a weird part of the UK.
Yeah.
People are a bit strange there. But what that means is that when people come down, because everyone goes on holiday, right? So when people come down, they don't know, and it's like quite a different culture and stuff. It makes it incredibly easy to lie about anything, really, because you're like, oh no, we don't have that in Cornwall. Like I was in a supermarket and there was someone looking for Cocoa Pops and there just weren't any, and I was like, we don't have them here anymore. And they were like, why? And I was like, well, there was the accident, wasn't there? And it's just stuff like that is kind of fun, and because the autistic bluntness, everyone just believes everything I say. Because I'm a very trustworthy person, and yeah. If you can't get that far,
I think it's more expensive in Cornwall because they've got to drive down.
Well, maybe just the boat just lands.
Yeah.
First point.
Yeah.
First port of call.
It kind of is.
Here's a good question. What's the best prank you've ever played? A successful prank you've ever played on someone?
I've never been a big prank guy. Never really been into it.
Well, you prank your audience, didn't you?
Oh yeah. Shows a prank. Yeah. Hire a stag do to come in and pretend to be.
I know. I'll tell our story.
No.
Oh, fucking brilliant.
Oh, I used to. So in 2019, I hired. I used to have 4 people every day. I pay him to hang around for an hour before the show, drinking because there was a beer garden opposite the venue. So there was one guy dressed as a pig, and they'd just get pissed, and then people would see him and go, "Look at this fucking stag do in Edinburgh," and then they'd come in the show and go, "Fucking the stag do's coming in." And it was Vince Atter, and he'd like push his way to the front and stuff, and then in the show just caused not too much trouble, so it was obvious, just being knobheads, and in the end I kick him out, and at the end he comes back in and was like, "Oh, for fuck's sake." I was like, "That's funny." I went, "That's cost me quite a lot of money." And it really doesn't add a lot to the show, but if anything, it ruins the first half of the show.
When you do a show, though, you can't, like, let's do a show. You've got to think of something. Is your mind working like, I got to make it a little bit stupid, make me, because on a month in Edinburgh, it's got to be fun for you as well.
Yeah,
I think if it was a normal stand-up show, and get a bit fucking. That's when all people.
Well, you made us laugh, mate, because we came to see your Edinburgh show last year, and you started with the whole being dressed as a cat and doing the song from the Cat musical, and then the whole punchline was, "What's happened is I'd advertised the show and called it cat, something to do with cats, but I hadn't actually wrote the material."
Cats out the bag.
And then it was just a normal show.
But there was an improv group also called the Cats Out of the Bag. I don't want to be associated with fucking improv. I'd already bought the outfit and learned that routine, and that was it. So just do the show dressed as a cat. But sometimes I'd forget to do that bit, so I'd just do the show as a cat and go, "Why is he dressed?"
You don't think it through. It's like you got to wear a cat outfit and it's fucking boiling Edinburgh, in like you're sweating your fucking head off.
But it's funny because it is skin tight and it looks rank.
Yeah.
And in Edinburgh it was funny because you couldn't really see very well, but on tour you're just on a raised stage with lights, so I had to put a line in where I go, "Look, I'm in Edinburgh, this was a lot funnier." Couldn't see my penis, and quite as obvious. I said, "This is the only show where you want a restricted view." Watch it going, fucking hope the bloke in front puts a top hat on. So yeah, I do all that. But one year I did a prank with the audience, and I thought, I've got to make it, because they'd used to me doing pranks. I did one where I pretended to be adopted. My first Edinburgh show was I pretended to be adopted, and I did all the press pretending I was adopted. But I only found out when I was 30. I only found out, it was called Unplanned Orphan. The idea was I only found out at the age of 30 I was adopted. But so I had to go on Radio 2, no, Radio 5 Live, with a bloke with a tumour they couldn't operate on, and he didn't know if he had 3 months or 13 years to live. And he was doing all his charity work, and they went, "Well, you've had your fair share of things, haven't you?" Phil? "Oh yeah, I found out I was adopted." I'm like, "I'm not really." I had to go to the break. I went to the guy. "I'm not really adopted."
To be fair, that guy was getting a shit ton of advertising work. So
he's still alive. I bumped into his wife a couple of years ago. She went, "Were you on Radio 5?" She went, "Yeah." I went, "Oh yeah, your husband was a great guy." She went, "He's still alive." So it's really awkward. Everyone thinks we've been lying. But he's just not died from it yet.
But it's you get yourself in situations like our show. It's funny until something happens. You're like, "Oh, why did I fucking say that?"
Yeah. But that show was all like fire alarms going off, and we'd have to evacuate. And then that show, it was me meeting my real dad at the end, and I go like, "This is me meeting my real dad." It's building to this thing, but the show's just been so derailed with me trying to put down a pop-up tent for 10 minutes. It's popped out, and get it back down, and then people are walking out, and I'd have Will Duggan would walk out halfway through when I mentioned my dead mum, and he'd be like, "Fucking show." You walk out, and I go, "Oh," and then I have this tally chart, no one knew what it was, and I just put another line and let it go. "Oh, not too bad for one day." But then people did, because I played it straight, and then at the end, it's me meeting my real dad, and it's a video. Just me sat outside a cafe, and then after a bit, and I go, and it's just for 5 minutes of me just sat there, and I go, "Right, he was late, but I don't know how to edit." And then this bear would come in, which is Will Duggan. He'd have a bear mask on and a vest on that said, "All the sexy girls come up to me," and he'd have all these chains, and he'd go, "It's the motherfucking bear show." And I go, "What?" And I go, and my dad comes in, and I go, "He's telling me he loves me," and he goes, "It's motherfucking," I go, "What's going on?" And then we'd have this argument, and then the tech would go, which is Jim Meehan, and he'd go, "Oh yeah, it's the bear show, it's on after us." I went, "Well, we're here until 10 past. He goes, "No, you're here till 6. And I go, "No, it's 10. I'm sure it's 10 past. And they go, "No, it is 6. I go, "Why haven't I seen this prick before?" He goes, "Because we normally underrun. But we've all these problems, we've overrun." I'd be like, "Oh, fuck." And I'd arranged with the bear that I could do in a couple of minutes. And in the end, he'd just get fed up and just get up and start doing this really horrible rap. So it's me with my, going, "He's telling me he loves me." And he'd be going, "Humpty Dumpty Salamander." So I'd walk out, and then the bear show would carry on for another 5 to 10 minutes of these rapping. And people would be sat there, and in the end, they'd go, "If you haven't got a ticket for the bear show, you're going to have to leave." Because they'd all come out, and there'd be a bear exit flyer in. And then I'd have a fight with the bear. and they beat me up. And then, but I used to pay someone for an hour a day to dress as a bear and fly at the bear shows. And people would go, "There is a bear show," so they just genuinely think there was a bear show. And on the flyer for the bear show, there was a 3-star review. It was my favourite, and my friend Michael Dolan wrote it, and he just designed the flyer, and it said, "Almost the best hour of bear-themed hip-hop comedy I've seen this year." People would go like 3-star review. So the bear show would carry on, and then I'd have a fireside. So so I do prank. Yeah, okay, I prank it on.
The thing is, but after Edinburgh, when you phone the agent, you're like, I think Edinburgh, I'm losing money every year. Yes, because you got fucking 10 staff, you silly cunt. I am winning money. Yeah, you got about 10 people working every day.
The year before last, I did a whole hour on about my children and how much they've been to me. Without them, life's not really worth living. I haven't got kids, so at the end, my friend come and go, tell them the truth. I go, I haven't got kids, and everyone will be like, oh, for fuck. I did an hour on it, and he goes, then Rituals, he go, did you make them mixed race again? I go, yeah. He goes, why? I go, I don't know. I thought it made me look cool. He goes, what? I said, I thought it made me look cool, all right.
You should have brought the dwarf even bend on it. Yeah. This is my boy. Dressed in school uniform.
But so I do pranks.
Yeah.
It's really funny how I said I don't like pranks, and you went your entire career. Now you mention it, you're right. So.
Do you know, the most successful prank I've ever played on someone, just because it went on for so long, was on my own nan. And basically,
it's crazy because she was a blind DJ. So it was weird.
So what had happened? I was she was away somewhere, and I was staying in her flat, and I had a fancy dress party to go to, but I got hammered the night before, right? So I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to dress up as. I'm like, I'm in my nan's house. I'll dress up as my nan, right? So I put all her fucking clothes on, as I'm fucking Norman Bates.
Yeah. Hey, it's 2024. You can do these things, man. It's okay.
But as I'm getting dressed, I look on her mantelpiece, and there's a picture of her in her flat, sitting in a chair, and I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to match the clothes up and retake the photo. I put every single bit of clothing on, got my friend to take the photo and replace the photo.
Oh, that's
it was on her mantelpiece. It took us 6 months to read. So good.
Our next sponsorship is JK Website Development. Not only is a website, he's our producer, Jack. He's absolutely class. He does all website designs. He can upload your stuff. He can keep you track of your websites. He does all aspects of website design, and also any audio, any filming, any photography you need to do in. He can do it all. Can he do it all, Simon?
He can do it all, and he can also keep on top of 2 drunken retrobates, which is amazing.
JK Website Design. Go on their website or Facebook page to follow.
What do you want to do next? You want to do the agony aunt bit, or do you want to do the embarrassing sexual situations?
Whatever.
We're going to we'll talk about some embarrassing sexual situations, if you guys.
Or just situations.
Yeah, or embarrassing situations in your life. So, you got any embarrassing situations, sexual or not, that come to your mind?
Can't sustain an erection.
But it's part of it. It's part of my head and shoulder. Will it be up? Will it be down? Gotta do part of the show.
The hard way around.
And you're trying different things on the show to get up. One show you've got a bit of scarf holding on it. The other show you got a bit of string from the ceiling.
Everyone put these marigolds on and clap. Sometimes. It don't work anymore. I used to think that was my kink.
So Ben, any embarrassing dating or sexual situations that come to mind?
So a problem I used to have was where I used to go to uni, there was a bus between there and like the campus.
Yeah.
And I used to get really severely travel sick, and obviously like tied with drunkenness, not a good situation.
Yeah.
So what that mean would I'd often be like fine until I got on the bus and then just immediately vom. And there were so many times when I was trying to, bring people back and stuff, and I would just be like, sorry, 1 second, sorry. And then I'd be like, guys, just everything is fine, everything's under good. Because I wouldn't be like so drunk that I wouldn't be able to like control it, but I'd be like, guys, this is all I'm just play normal. Yeah. Bus drivers hated me. But double deckers, you go on the top, they can't see it. It's it's fine,
You normally spew with a woman because of the smell of her minge. The women.
You've seen the women I go with. Jesus Christ. What about you, Phil?
Not but an embarrassing bus. I've had two embarrassing bus stories recently. Well, there was one when I was at college. I was in love with this girl called Emma. Like, absolutely, just adored her. And she only got on my bus now and then. But she got on the bus one day, and I always remember she came on. I was like going, "Oh my God." And then she looked at me and waved, and I went, "Oh no!" And then I heard a friend behind her go, "Hey!" And I went, "Oh fuck!" She's waving to her friend behind. So the easier thing, like, you know, telling the truth is the easiest way around. Yeah. I bought the car. Sorry, I can't cut that. Sorry, but yeah, sometimes telling the truth is the easier thing to do. So instead of just going, "Sorry, I thought you were waving at me, this is embarrassing," instead I thought, just style it out. So I started pretending I was listening to music going. So I started going. But I didn't have a Walkman. I didn't have headphones. So I was like going, "Oh fuck, I'm getting headphones." So I was going, "Well, just carry on like you're singing to yourself." Going, and then I could tell she sat on the road behind me with a friend. I'm going, "Oh, this has gone too far." So I had to carry on for about 5 minutes. And that was it. That never went anywhere. And then recently I was on a bus. Replacement service back home, and there's a Paul Campbell comic, really funny comic from Manchester. He's on the bus. He lives near me.
He books gigs, is he? Funny comic. He's one of the best I've
does
ever
a lot
seen.
For Jared. He lives near me, and so he gets off at the stop after me. So we're on the bus replacement, and the driver's out, and it goes to Liverpool. So it's a Scouse bus driver, and he's got a podcast, and he and he goes. I went, "Oh," I said, "just so you know, all the bus drivers usually go to the tram stop, but it's the train stop. I live in that's where you need to go to." He went, "Yeah, I know fucking doing all right." So I went, so I sat there, and he goes, and I'm going, "It's going the wrong way, but what's the fucking point?" So he goes, "Hey, turns out I've gone to the wrong point." And I was like, "Hey, surprise you, fucking ass." And he's going, "Yeah, the thing is," and he's like chatting. I'm going, "Yeah, I'm at the back of a bus, I don't want to have a conversation." So I'm going, "Yeah." But he's like, "This," and then after a while, I'm like going, "Oh God, do I have to be his friend?" And then I was like, "Oh, I think I want to be his mate now," because he's being a bit like laddie. I was like, "Yeah." I went, "Yeah, don't worry about it, mate," and all this. Anyway, he pulls up, and I go, "Nice one." And I went to shake his hand, right, which you don't do with a bus driver. I don't know what it was, but the chatting had made me go, "Oh, I'll shake his hand." And I went, "Yeah, no worries, mate." And he just went,
"Rather not."
Oh, and I went, "Oh no!" And there's people waiting to get on. So I thought, I can't leave it. So
slapped him.
Yeah, but the little window, little perspex. I just went. Just invaded his personal space, and he went, "No, I'm all right." And I went, "Oh, this is horrible." So I had to slowly slink my hand out and get off.
Imagine your hand got stuck in there. And you had to go back for the full back. No, and the front
handcuffs me. Alarm goes off.
Are you wearing it like that? And he went, "Beep beep, oi oi." Get out, you wanker. Don't touch the fucking horn. Who's Python?
I'll tell you this, is genuinely true, right? There was a really strange comedian I know. He divorced his wife, and he said,
"What the hell's going on in this topsy-turvy world?"
and he said, the thing is, she wasn't into the things I was into. And I say, "What were you into?" And he said, "She wouldn't let me shave her," right? So he's basically like fucking shaving minge and arse and stuff. That was his thing. She wouldn't let him do it, right? About a year after, I met this comedian again, and he goes, "You're not going to believe this." He goes, "My cat went out the other day. It came back and someone shaved his arse." I'm like, "That was you." You shaved your cat's arse. Don't lie to my fucking face.
How do you not have these conversations? I've never had that. Have you ever?
No,
chatting to a comedian.
No, my career is actually going quite well. So
what gigs are you doing? What's the on? The fucking German underground pink circuit. So after the swinging, there'll be a bit of comedy. Your racer's ready.
Cats are mad, man.
yes, that's the thing that's mad. Yes.
So my mate Tom, he had his cat like fucking died like fucking end of life kind of thing. Nothing like, died nice.
Yeah, that's usually when it happens. Death at the end of life.
No, you know what I mean. Like end of life. What the fuck? I don't want to see this conversation. Can I talk now?
Yes.
So what he done, because he lives in a farm, his old man chopped his tail off.
Yeah.
And he wears his, like, he cut it into three. So he's only child, so his mother and father, there's three of them. So they cut the tail into three.
Yeah.
And he wears it. It's quite nice, man.
Yeah.
It's like the cat's always with him.
Does he wear like as a little tie?
Well, like, you got a little chain. Like
A little necklace with a cat's tail?
Yeah, they chopped it into three, so he divided it up.
We did the same with my granddad's dick. I got the bell end, I was the lucky one. My brother's got the shaft.
You're so lucky there aren't many people in your family.
You've got the bell end. No, that's his dick. You've got the whole dick.
He left you this in his will. He's Willie.
But it comes in like a big package. It's like parcel. Who has it? It goes to... Who's having his cocktail? Who's having it?
But people don't want it. They're passing
I come along.
Normally you linger with it.
I know when it comes round, they rewrap it. Fuck no, right off. It's a fucking like half big like ball. I'm live on BBC in Batoba. It's the longest running parcel. It's been going on now for 46 days and 47 nights.
It's just dust inside.
Oh, fucking hell. All right.
What are we talking about?
It was supposed to be the agony aunt, but that was much funnier. Fuck it. So the other one was there was one of our young viewers is messaging and she's in
Straight from primary, baby.
Yeah. And the broom cupboard then with Head the Duck.
Yeah, we got Tom Binns next week.
Welcome to the Problematic Pedo Podcast.
So she's basically, she said she started.
That's a bit creepy. Why are you watching this? What are you doing? It's like a grooming podcast.
So she's basically.
Let's leave it. I feel right. I don't want to be.
One of our younger viewers. This is straight from science class.
She's in a new relationship with Sandra. No, she's in a new relationship and...
So start again. It's a viewer.
She's a 19-year-old girl. She's messaging. She's in a new relationship.
What can we possibly do?
You know where
Anyone's out!
Now that's what I call girls.
Fucking hell. So basically, her boyfriend is... he's really into like anime porn and cartoon porn, but she's got to a point where...
Talk to a 19-year-old about porn.
Get in the van! He basically can't get excited unless he watches cartoon porn first, and she wants to know what she needs to do about it. What are you doing?
I'm handing this over to Phil Ellis.
Got with Jessica Rabbit. What do you want from me? I don't even want to talk to you. I'm out.
There's no one taking to Disneyland.
Oh, I fucking done it.
Oh my god! Well, that was a new section of what we've
An
done.
old section. Get rid of that section. 21 or over from now on.
Why did we think we could help anyone?
Your life's a disaster. We can sort it out. I'm in a basement in Matolbert, behind a barber shop. I'll sort it out. It's 3 p.m. on a Friday and I'm pissed.
Little Jimmy, who's 8, is written in. Why? What are you doing? What are you watching this for? You're 19. Go out. Fucking hell.
Fucking hell.
It's like, this is not the place to talk about. We could get a job on this morning, coming on and sorting people out. Couldn't we?
Oh, fucking hell.
Or loose women.
Well, that's been the problematic pub boy. Episode 13 with our guests, Phil Ellis and Ben Treloar. Thanks for coming on. Myself and Sandra Ford. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
I enjoyed having a career. Anyway, I'll miss comedy, but I'm sure I can still rant on X. So thank you for coming on there.
It is quite tough having a career when you're not a dwarf in Benidorm. I understand the pain. It's been
On your leave, though.
Oh, we could get him on, I reckon.
On the desk, definitely.
I reckon if we paid him, I can bring him over.
Yeah.
I think he might be a bit above this, to be honest.
Not physically.
Is he started?
I'm over there again in October. I'll fucking have a chat to him back.